Sir selected. Hello and welcome to Tennessee Home and Farm Radio. I'm Thomas Capps.
Hey, good morning, everybody. Everybody's doing well. Morning, Holly.
Morning.
You're looking cute. You got that part down today.
Chilly out this morning.
Yeah, about 36.
Eesh.
Spring break week. I don't know if anybody's listening.
Some people are because they were excited we were back on today.
I missed a group.
I hope that you guys know that I will constantly be devoted to making an impact in your lives and helping you guys throughout your.
I'm a business professional today, so look out, world.
She has to go to career day.
It's a career fair.
Or whatever, career fair in Tullahoma. Why am I so dark? I feel like they've taken their lights and just moved them around even more. Morning.
Other state officers selected
I'm gonna sit up straight all morning. I'm going to read through my lines slowly and enunciate.
Holly's
And I'm not going to
self-improvement
sound like a country bumpkin today.
Well, I think you should sound like a bumpkin. Golly, that's bright.
We'll hear more from the other state officers later, right here on Tennessee Home and Farm Radio. From Gatlinburg, for Tennessee Home and Farm
I think you should continue to sound like a bumpkin. It's very important. We did have fun at the beach. It was a good trip. I thought. Morning, Pam. I want new lights, but I spent all this money on them lights. And
Can you not just use the bulbs on your new lights?
the bulbs
You spent a lot of money on what lights?
on those light bulbs, they were expensive.
Can you not just transfer the light bulbs to the new fixture?
I want new light bulbs in this
Why?
because they're so bright. They're too bright. I got them because everybody was like, it's too dark in here. I'm like, oh, watch this. And now you can land airplanes in here. It's like a runway. Between that tower out there and these lights and all that open space, airplanes try to land out here sometimes. Holly's not playing along. She's distracted. What are you doing? Hey,
Texting my boyfriend.
tell him it's showtime. You got time for him.
He knows he's my biggest fan.
You can text him later. Uh-oh, we lost your extra camera. Right? How's it went on air?
Josh just wants it singled in on him.
I fixed it.
He loves the attention.
No.
Hey, good Thursday morning to you, everybody. Josh and Holly back with you on the Thunder Radio Morning Show. After a couple of days off for a spring break trip, we're back and ready to get you to work, home from work, not school, because the kids are out for the most part, unless you're in Tullahoma, which I think they do have school this week. So if you're Tullahoma in, then welcome in, and happy non-spring break week to you. Morning Show brought to you each and every day by Dr. James Van Winkle. If you've seen pictures on Facebook and of your friends and just random acquaintances enjoying the beach this spring break, and you're like, what, I want to go to the beach. Well, I can save you 15% on a nice 3-bedroom, 2-bath condo in Orange Beach, Alabama. That's exactly, we just went to Orange Beach. We actually didn't stay at this condo because it was booked up thanks to us. I mean, we just booked this thing up all the time, but it does have open weeks for the summer and random other months. So go to thunder1320.com/beach. That's thunder1320.com/beach. That's too hard to remember. You can go to our Facebook page, facebook.com, search for Thunder Radio, and there's a pinned post at the very top of the page. It's got the information to that condo, the link, the promo code that you need to use to save your 15%. That promo code is Thunder15. So get on over there and check that out. It's a chilly start today. It was nice and warm when we were down there in full. Well, I guess we were in Alabama. It was, I wake up in the morning, it'd be in the mid 50s. Well, it's 37 right now, so I'm ready to go back down to the beach. But we're going to heat up nicely today. 73 degrees, sunny skies. Going to be a beautiful day today, so enjoy. Down around 53 tonight, so the overnight low nowhere near as bad as it was this past night. And then tomorrow, 76 degrees. Man, it's a beautiful day to just sit outside and have a few beverages over at Common John Brewing Company or something like that. And then on Saturday, 76, rain chances move in by the afternoon. Saturday night, 70% chance of rain, low of 60. And then Sunday, 76, 40% chance of shower. Storms coming Sunday night. Chance of some severe weather. Keep an eye on that. 90% chance. So we get in kind of a wet weather pattern starting Saturday night, really all the way through Monday, and we stay mild. Weather forecast brought to you by our friends at the Hillsboro Food Company. Lots of good grilling days. Get some fresh cut meats at the Hillsboro Food Company. Get your produce and other assorted groceries there in Hillsboro on the left, right before you get to the red light there. I believe it's 7403 Hillsboro Highway, and they are on Facebook. Search for the Hillsboro Food Company. On that note, let's bring in the better half of the Thunder Radio morning show. We got a lot of catching up to do. Let's bring in the brains of the operation, the planner, the organizer, the CEO, and president of the Peterson Media Group, and she looks like it today. She is by far the looks inside of this studio, the president of the Manchester Chamber of Commerce. She is the microphone licker, the corn cob eater, and one of the main reasons the rockin' world continues to go round. Holly, good morning to you.
Good morning.
Good to have you with me.
It's good to be back.
Yeah. Hope y'all didn't forget about us.
See what I did there?
Funny.
I'm a funny guy.
Funny,
I'm
buddy.
a funny guy. I'm funny. Yeah, song Don't You Forget About Me. Actually, the name of the song is Don't You. But Forget About Me is in there. Morning, Christy. Kevin batting lead off today. Yes.
Mama,
Laura.
what time do you go into work?
Oh, boy. Wait till y'all hear what Holly has done. Wait till y'all hear what Holly has done. She's about to ask her mama for a favor on the air.
My mama don't mind to do a favor for me every now and then.
I forgot to take the garbage this morning. I went to my truck and I was like, there's 3 garbage bags waiting on me. I was like, I'm gonna come out and get those. I went and got in the truck and drove off. I pulled up to get out and put the garbage in the garbage can. I got out and opened the bed and I was like, where's the garbage? I guess I didn't get it.
Comings and goings, Holly, what's happening in and around our world? Got a lot of things. So we just got back from the beach. So we're going to get y'all caught up on how that trip went for anybody who really cares. I'm sure most of you don't, but we're going to do it anyway. Today is the return of Atlanta Braves baseball. Holly, Atlanta Braves baseball is back.
All baseball is back.
I know, all baseball. I heard the Braves report this morning, and I was like, ooh.
Did it feel a little springy?
Felt springy and summery when I heard the Braves report.
Yeah.
Before we went on the air. So, yeah, Braves baseball returns, and big thanks to Cassidy Lowe and the K-Lo team at Compass Real Estate for being our title sponsor again this year, and our other great sponsors, including Jim Thomas Excavation, Riddle Trucking is part of that. CMG Home Loans is part of that. Sorry, I'm doing this from the hip, so I don't have a list in front of me. Miracle Motors is part of that as well. And I'm sure I've got another one or two. Attorney Sean Trail. Don't forget him. He's a big Braves guy. So, and Birch and Stewart attorneys at law. So big thanks to all of our sponsors for bringing you Braves baseball. And we'll have the full pregame show today. I believe starting right around 1:55 or so. We'll have a pregame show 3:10 first pitch for the Braves today and the Padres. So no connecting Coffee County. Other things of note, if you want to enter a Sweet 16 bracket with us, we'll be talking about our bracket challenge that started back at the beginning of March Madness. If you want to enter, then go to our website, thunder1320.com, click the banner at the top of the page. You can actually enter a Sweet 16 only bracket, so a little bit easier to win that. We'll have a Sweet 16 winner as well. So we got winners galore. So go check that out. There's so many prizes out there. Over $850 worth of prizes. They're scattered. The VIP pickers are. We're going to take a look at the standings amongst the VIPs in just a little while. And we'll take a look at the standings amongst all of our people. But I believe Adam Sainer is winning this thing with a score of 106. It's just A. Sainer, so I'm just guessing. That's who that is. But anyway, go enter now before the Sweet 16 gets started. That's your last chance to play our bracket challenge. Other things of note, we are 57 days away from high school graduation. If you're a Coffee County graduate, I believe 50 days away. If you're a Tullahoma graduate, and we are 60 days away from Memorial Day. Can I lose 25 pounds before Memorial Day?
Okay, I like the Google memories, the photo, the time hops or the Facebook, whatever. I like seeing
Time hop. Who uses that?
I used to use it a lot. I don't even think
Nobody
that's a
knows
thing
what that
anymore.
even is. Why don't you just talk about Musically? Back on my MySpace page.
Any hootie. What were we talking about?
I don't know. You're talking about loving the memories, losing 25 pounds before Memorial Day.
I guess I had taken a picture of the scale 5 years ago today, and it's about 15 to 20 pounds lighter.
Well,
and I'm like,
that's right before COVID. That was right as COVID was starting. The COVID lockdowns were starting at that time 5 years ago. So you hadn't had time to sit around and eat. That's what we did.
The restaurants were closed,
Yeah.
So I'm not a great cook, so it just
you couldn't go to the grocery store.
Lost a little weight.
Yeah,
but
we sat at home and ate grass.
Also, we had just bought the radio station, and we were terrified that we were gonna
that was
go broke.
What a mistake that was.
So we were trying not to spend any money. There was no extras.
And now all Holly does is spend money. There's all the extras.
Don't mind if I do have a donut.
Yes. So anyway, I don't think I can lose 25 pounds by Memorial Day, but I can lose 10. So I'm working on that.
I'd like to lose 10. I don't think that's unreasonable.
10 for me would be easier than you.
Yeah.
It's because I'm a guy.
Well, and you're heavier.
Oh. Whoa. Huh. Shots fired here.
I'm just saying I'm closer to that. You're in better shape. You have more muscle.
I do this usually with new job transitions. I gain weight because I will stress eat. And that's pretty much been what I've been doing over the past 3 months, almost 3 months. It's stress eating and not finding time to work out.
Yeah.
And believe it or not, that combination will lead to weight gain. I'm not a dietitian, but that's not good. Any other comings and goings from you? You're doing a career fair over at Tullahoma High School today.
Yes, I am.
So she's got her Wildcat colors on. She's basically a Tullahomian now.
I'm not wearing.
She is wearing cardinal and black.
I'm wearing black, but I look at this little trendy. It's kind of hip, isn't it? So,
she has went for a different look this morning.
Miss Barbara Shimwell got me this shirt from Wisteria Hill, and it's got like cassette tapes. It's just a t-shirt, real soft, like Pearl Jam cassette, Nirvana, just like radio.
I think all those came out within a month of each other and somewhere in the 90s.
Any hootie. So I paired it with my dress coat. Not, what do you call this? Like a little blazer, a little light blazer.
She's very Kamala Harris looking. What?
What? She's the only one that can wear a blazer.
Very Hillary Clinton looking.
Karen
Filippelli. Listen, I'm not a Kamala Harris fan by any stretch of the imagination at all. Can't stand her, but I mean, she could dress her. I mean, there's nothing wrong with that.
We got it. You're a big Kamala Harris fan. Moving on. I think I look trendy today.
We're gonna find out. She's got her dress pants on and
I may look like
dress jacket on and
Drew
name tag.
Drew Barrymore in Never Been Kissed. When she's an adult, but she goes back to high school and she's trying to
that's what she's going
fit
for.
in. That's me.
She got her glasses on. Yeah, she's ready to go. Do you have a backpack too? Are you gonna take a backpack in there?
Backpacks aren't cool.
A book bag? A satchel?
I don't know. I ain't taking nothing in.
Well, she's very much the.
I hope they ask a lot of questions about the radio industry.
I know. I said, what are you going to say? She's because I saw this. Listen, we want to participate in these things, career fairs and career days and anything like that, little expos or whatever. But when I saw it come across kind of my email that we were invited, as much as I wanted to go, I was like, we can't do that this year. We got a lot going on. It's our first year. We're trying to get our feet. So I didn't even respond to it. And then like a week later, I was like, I signed us up for a career fair. And I was like, I can't go. She's like, I'm going to do it. And I was like, oh.
Yeah, he says I don't do nothing. Here's me doing something. I took a little initiative.
Tell him what you did yesterday.
I don't remember.
Yeah.
What happened? I don't even know what yesterday was.
She stayed home all day long. I worked till 5:30.
You little turd head. We made an exchange. We made an exchange, and I got to stay home. And you gonna come on the radio and tell everybody my part of what I did? Like I didn't work from home. Like I didn't sit there.
No, she worked from home, so she
and Bill
earned her day off.
Shut your mouth. I worked from home.
She did work from home. I'm just giving her a hard time.
Look, y'all, the cabinets, the
Who
groceries,
stole my bell? Who took it?
the groceries don't just appear. Somebody's got to go get that stuff that y'all eat. I had to unpack our luggage and the hat went, look, our son he goes to TCAT in McMinnville. He had school. Unfortunately, the kids reach an age where they can't always, they have more adult responsibilities. They're doing things on their, working on creating a life for themselves. So they can't go with you on spring break if it doesn't match up.
So he didn't get to go.
So he didn't get to go. So he stayed.
Shorten that story.
He stayed home. I don't want people to think I'm
They
awful.
don't think that you're awful. He couldn't go because of his other obligations.
And so I don't know what it is if I'm not home to air the house out.
Oh.
We walked in and it smelled like straight up dog in there. And I'm like,
it smelled like
how does it
there was a
stink
dog
this-
kennel being operated out of there.
Yeah.
I walked in. I was like, this is the worst our house has ever smelled.
And then there wasn't like, it
I was like,
wasn't dirty.
I was like, where's the dog poop? I was like,
We looked all over. There, I
None.
mean, it didn't smell like dog
No,
poop,
it just
though.
smelled
It
like
just smelled like dog.
dirty dog. It was awful.
So I had, it took a while yesterday to get the house fumigated.
What's frustrating because when you come home, when you leave, Holly cleans the house, and so you want to come home to a clean house. Like when you come home, the last thing you want to do is clean things. So you do all the dishes and all the laundry is done, and so when you come home, you're home. You don't have to do any of that. But that was not the case when we arrived home from this trip.
I don't know what it was, but
It was like he opened a small business, and dogs sat everyone's dogs who went on spring
everybody's dirty dogs.
break and didn't bathe them. It was awful. And I was like, well, so I opened every window in the house. It was a nice day. It was like 70 degrees and the wind was blowing. It was like a vortex in there.
Yeah.
That house smelled better in 10 minutes.
Yeah.
We couldn't even cover it up with the candles. That's how bad it was.
It was bad.
Golly. And I guarantee you, he's like, what?
Did I do a good job?
Yeah, because he wasn't there. He was
I
at
don't
school.
I don't know what he didn't do, but
I don't know.
I washed all the dogs have the little blankets that they lay on, so I washed all of that, and Puppy is supposed to get a wash and a haircut today. So I had called Marcy yesterday and I said, hey, she's like, I don't have anything till 11 or 12. And I'm like, oh, I'm busy at that time. But she said, well, if you bring him by in the morning, I'll get to him when I can, if you don't mind him sitting up here all day. I said, shoot, no, Marcy. So I'm hoping to take him up there and get him washed, and he needs a haircut. He's a Yorkie. So he just gets real shaggy and he looks homeless.
Yeah. We don't take him to get as many groomings as he probably is supposed to get.
And
because I can't afford it.
Company comes over. I'm embarrassed for him to come out of the bedroom because I don't, he looks so ugly. But
He's got to wash today, although Holly forgot to bring him.
I know. I think my mom might swing by and pick him up and drop him off.
Holly yesterday called and set that up. I was like, you don't have time for that. You're going to career fair. We're having to cut the morning show short at 8 today so Holly can leave. She's like, I'm going to take him to work with us and we'll just.
I just thought maybe you could run him up there after.
Yeah. Well, then Holly shows up this morning. She said, I forgot the dog. I forgot to even bring him up here.
Daggone it.
Like your brain's that bit. We just had vacation. You're supposed to be reset.
I was thinking about this career fair, and it's payroll day and stuff. Like I'm busy. Shoot, daggone it! I hate I left him there. I do put him in. I do wash him. I wash him at home, and it's fine. Chrissy said you could put that little thing in your tub, and I could.
We wash him in the sink. He's so little. He was only 8 pounds.
But he gets the crusties around his eyes. I can't get to it. I can't clean that. He
won't let you.
He won't let you.
He lets Marcy.
I need to let a professional mess with that. And he needs a haircut real bad. And sometimes I do try and cut his hair myself.
But she said, I'm gonna come back and I'm not gonna sound like a bumpkin.
Sometimes his body is short, but I can't get his legs, and so he'll have long hair on his legs.
Well, hopefully that'll be fixed today.
And if you cut a Yorkie's face hair short, they are ugly. They are ugly without no facial hair. That little teddy bear hair that they have makes them cute. So sometimes I accidentally cut his hair too short, and I'm like, yeah, you're an ugly dog. You're an ugly dog. But one time I cut his hair short and left his mustache hair really long. I didn't do it. I had the groomer do it. And she was like, are you sure this is what I've never had anyone ask me to do this? I'm like, yes. Cut all the hair short. I would like him to have long mustache hair.
It's her little doll to play with.
He's a boy dog, but sometimes I want to get those little dog dresses and dog bows and put in his hair. No one will know other than
he's going to know. All right. We got more morning show. Glad to be back from vacation. We'll are we filling people in on that when we get back?
Yeah.
And our spoiled children. We'll talk about that. We've got the stupid silly stat, name that tune or name that movie. Something's in there. Chance to win some prizes later on. Glad to have you back with us on the Thunder Radio Morning Show. Hey, I want to tell you about Dirtworks real fast. So it's spring and summer, like it's starting to feel spring. We're in spring weather patterns right now. Now's the perfect time to do excavation around your property. Like you can get out and weed the garden or weed the landscaping and you can get out and, rake some things around, maybe plant a little patch of grass. That's stuff you can do with your bare hands on a Saturday, right? What you cannot do is move tons of dirt. You just can't do it. That's what Dirtworks can do. Don't break your back trying to do this. Call our friends at Dirtworks. They got the big machinery. They do it quickly. So get on over there and check them out online, dirtworksforyou.com. They can come cut in driveways, clear land, completely redo your yard when it comes to how the water drains, and that's a big deal. Call Dirtworks, 931-409-0782. That's 931-409-0782. Dirtworksforyou.com.
Reduce fat and tighten skin today by getting M-Sculpt Neo treatments with
Oh. The girl one said, I got a lot of beach pictures on my Insta. People might think I'm spoiled. Be a shame if they thought that.
When you and I started dating, what were you, 24?
Yeah, ish. Yeah.
How many times had you, as
Before
a 24-year-old man, how many times had you been to the beach?
One time.
One time. She is 18.
Oh,
She's
I can't
been
even count.
Once this year so far.
Yeah, once this year. Last year
she went
once last year.
No,
this
fall
year.
break and Christmas.
Oh yeah, twice last year. And the year before
She's
that.
been 3 times in the last 6 months, and she was like, people might think I'm spoiled. Well, honey.
And the year before that, we did fall and spring.
That's our fault.
Yeah. She's been on 2 cruises.
You know when I realized they were spoiled is when we had taken them on their Christmas present one year was a cruise to Mexico. And we didn't do gifts. That was the gift. And like a year or two later, they were like, when are we going back to Mexico? And I was like, oh, you're lucky you went at all.
I know. When will
I guess
we,
when you
when
get
will
a
we be
job and
returning?
when you pay for it and take yourself back there, I'm not taking you back.
When will we be returning? I know. And then we take them. She said that on Tuesday. I got a lot of beach pictures. People might think I'm spoiled. Then Wednesday, she said, we should go eat steak.
She was like, Mom, you know what we should do today? Go eat steak. I was like, when I was young,
Eat
if
steak.
my mama brought me home a Happy Meal,
I
it
know.
was like,
We should go eat steak.
Happy Meal.
And the ironic thing is we didn't do that. She had to work, and me and Holly cooked out steak last night. Yeah. Got her. She doesn't know that, I don't think, but that's what we did. That makes me mad. I'm like, you didn't get no steak. You gonna order off that kids menu? You can get 2 chicken strips. She's 12. Can't sell that no more. She looks like a dang bodybuilder. She's all ripped up.
She loves working out. She loves going to the gym, and she's strong. She's a strong gal.
I like working out. I just don't have time anymore.
Yesterday, Josh makes a declaration. I'm working out in the morning. Okay, Holly? He made sure I made eye contact. He's like, okay, I'm leaving the house. I'm going to go to the gym and work out. And I was like, okay, do what you want. He said, I have to make time to work out. I have to. I said, okay.
And I have.
And then later, he goes, I'm not going to go to the gym. I'm just going to run on the treadmill here. I was like, okay. This morning gets here. He's in the bed drinking his coffee. And I'm like, I thought you were going to run on the treadmill. He's like, well, I'm not. Okay.
I'm going to go to the gym this morning at 9:15. I've got time today.
Manchester's only live and local radio morning show. You're listening to Josh and Holly on Thunder Radio.
Yes, you are. Thunder Radio Morning Show. Glad to be with you. Brought to you by Dr. James Van Winkle. Holly, welcome back.
Thanks, buddy.
What are we talking about here?
We're talking about vacation.
Yeah, so it was a good trip. I know what I really love to hear is when I don't get to go on vacation, other people's vacation stories, so I can sit there and be envious and jealous. So all of you get to do that now.
I don't care. We're just going to recap it for you. The good, the bad, the ugly.
We took 3 teenage girls with us.
That was the ugly.
The girl one said she wanted to go on a spring break trip, and the spoiled child that she is, we took her. And she wanted to take a friend, and we're like, okay, yeah, you can take a friend, because the boy one could not go. He had school. He's TCAP, so he can't go on the same schedule as her. And so she took a friend, and she's like, oh, can I take another friend? And I was like, I don't know, that's a lot. And then she stomped her feet and cried. And I was like, okay, sure. And not really. That didn't happen. I was like, all right, that's fine. You know, it's whatever. We got room. There's room there. There's room on the trip down there. That's fine. You can take another friend. So 3 teenage girls. And Holly's a lot of estrogen in the car. And
it wasn't bad.
No, it wasn't bad.
Fine.
They
were
were well behaved and all that. But we get down there.
Wait, I want to talk. You're taking this out of my control, and we're going to back it up. I drove some of the way. And
I did let Holly drive some of the way.
Let me drive.
Scared me to death. She nearly broke the car. The check engine light started blinking at her because she can't drive.
That's not. You are completely a different person when you're here than when you're in the car with me. Because that happened. I'm going to tell you, I was going with the flow of traffic.
She was driving 95.
And little Miss Granny driver here. I was getting it, buddy. We were flying.
She problem that she run into is she's driving 90 on the interstate and then gets mad and she, you know, it's okay if she gets right up on somebody.
Can I tell the difference? No? Yeah.
Hang on.
Yes. No. You're such a punk. Wait, let me tell them. If we're driving along and a car not if, this did happen. We're driving along in the right lane, and you know how cars do. They can't wait to get at the front of the line, and they're no signal, weaving in and out of traffic, just like frog hopping an inch closer to being at the front of the line. And somebody cut real sharp in front of Josh, just cut right over. Josh had to, they almost
hit me.
They knew what kind of toothpaste we were using. They were close. And Josh he was like cussing, and he laid on the horn for like 10 straight seconds.
It wasn't 10 seconds.
10 straight seconds he's laying on the horn.
I don't think Holly understands
Anyway,
what 10 seconds is.
It's the end of the day. We're tired. We've been driving a while. These kids in the back, 2 of them ain't even ours. And I'm like, I was like, hey, stop. I didn't, you hear road rage stuff where people, somebody cut somebody off and then flipped him the bird and then he got shot. People are.
I did not overreact. No, I did not. No, he nearly hit us, and I just laid on the horn to let him know he wasn't appreciated. That's the only. I didn't need to throw the bird. I didn't chase after him.
Your voice got elevated, and you
not
did
that he
cuss.
could hear that.
I could. You're stressing me out.
But then I was like, well, he needed to know that that's not appropriate.
I don't think he cares.
Well, I don't care. I'm gonna let him know he was awful close to me, and I didn't like it. Stop that. Just like you brake checked somebody. So Holly can do it.
I'm just saying that's dangerous. I don't like people to say.
You can brake check somebody. They could have hit us. But no, it's okay if you do it. But I can't honk the horn.
Her fault for being too.
But so she brake checked somebody who was too close to her.
No, because when the car pulled over into our lane, I would have let off the gas to create some space. He wanted to stay that close to show that person, look what you did.
I had cruise control on them. We'll stop cruise for them. But anyway, so that's
I drove good. I drove
so
good.
then Holly gets her turn to drive
the
next day because we stopped halfway. And she's flying. She's going 90.
That was the first
day, whatever. She's going 90, 95.
I'm going with the pace of traffic.
I'm not allowed to go with the pace of traffic. She can, though. And she tries to swerve or change lanes and accelerate at the speed of which you might accelerate if you're going 30. Like with that kind of force, so the engine had a little skip there. I think that's not a NASCAR car. That's not an Indy car. There, you can't just slam on it and go past people going 90.
It's okay. I've had that happen. I know what it is.
Because she goes, the engine's broken.
It'll go away in a second.
It started rattling.
But he gets on the radio and he's like, let me tell you what she did to the car.
I couldn't wait to get back and tell everybody because it started rattling and shaking and then starts, flashing at her. And I was like, get over when you need to get off the interstate. And she goes, but she's still trying to go the same speed. I'm like, no, slow down. You're going to have to slow down.
I'm going with pace of traffic.
You got to slow down and see if it'll recover here. I think it's just misfired up there or something like that. And sure enough, 15 seconds later, the light cleared up. Everything was fine. She's able to drive it. That's the second time it's happened in that car in the past 4 years. When we're not on
radio, you're okay. I can tolerate you. But for some reason, when we're on radio...
And I'm telling the truth.
You are not.
I'm trying to keep her calm while we're driving down there. We're on vacation. I'm like, it's fine.
On the radio.
It's fine. It's whatever. But yeah, I was like, she's trying to drive this thing like it's an Indy car. You cannot swerve over and hammer it going already at top speed.
Does everybody complain about their wives as much as he complains about me?
That's why they like
the show.
Do the
guys listen and like, yeah, get her,
That's what
Josh,
they're saying.
Get her.
They're probably on the phone with their wives right now, but like, hey, you did the same thing. Listen to Josh and Holly.
Let me tell you what I did once we got down to it was an eventful 3 days. It
was just a quick little 3-day trip.
I took the girls one day to go. You get there and it's one of the condos where you got to push a gate code in. The arm raises and you drive into the parking lot.
Holly didn't have the gate code ready for me when we get there.
Well, I get to the, I took the girls somewhere shopping. I don't know. Come back and there's a lady in a van and her door's open and she's walking around the car looking at her tag and I can say, oh, she don't have a gate code. Well, I can't go around her. And if anybody else pulls in, they're going to be out in the road. So my goal is to get us inside as quickly as possible. I said, oh, she don't have a, I'm going to get out and I'm going to put my door code in for her because she looked stressed. So I put the car in park. She's at that time, she's in her car. I can see she's fumbling around trying to find something. And I get out, and if my car keys are in my car and I shut the door, it goes beep, beep, beep. I forgot. So when I shut my door, all she hears is beep, beep, beep. And she pops out of that car thinking I'm honking at her, trying to tell her to hurry. And she hops out of the car and she goes, I don't have a code. I don't have a code. Like, she's big arms and she's,
Yeah. She's mad.
And I say, okay, hey, easy.
Way to calm it down, Holly. Way to de-escalate the situation.
Easy, girl, easy. And I said, I was just going, I said, I'm sorry, my car does that if I step away from it. I was just going to put my code in for you. And she goes, I could tell she was embarrassed that she had snapped at me. I could tell she goes, I'm sorry. I just, and I don't know if it was her daughter or somebody her adult daughter. This lady was probably in her 50s or 60s, probably. And I could hear her daughter thanking me, for putting the code in. But I'm like,
Shannon says, Holly let the terrorists in the complex.
So we went to a fancy dinner one night. Not a fancy dinner. It was.
We never went to a fancy dinner.
It's fancy though. If you looked it up on Google, it had the $2 marks to the $3 marks. So it was.
Now, fancy, she just means expensive.
Doesn't that mean fancy?
Well, you have to dress up or anything. I wore sweatpants. Fancy to me means dress up.
I had went to that same restaurant with 3 of my girlfriends years and years ago, and we got dressed up to go to that restaurant.
Oh.
To me, I guess nobody else was. I think that's just something we did for girls' night. We went to that restaurant, but yeah, we were in jogging pants. We were outside.
Oh yeah.
And it was nice. The weather was perfect. We saw some dolphins.
Yeah, hanging out right next to the dock there. It's cool. It's cobalts.
There's a water fountain, and the birds were bathing in the water. And they were like, oh, look at the birds. Well, all of a sudden, one flies overhead and craps right on the girl one. She had just bought a new hoodie from the Gap earlier that day, and she had that hoodie on. The bird flew over and crapped right on her. She
did not react well.
She cried.
She just started sobbing. She's just sitting there.
Everybody else at the table was laughing.
She's just sitting there, and she starts sobbing. We didn't know what happened at first. Like, why are you crying? Because with her, she's can be an emotional mess sometimes. You just don't know why she's crying.
At the time, she was eating a chocolate cake with a coffee ice cream. And the coffee ice cream was the same color as the bird poop. So at the time, I didn't know what had happened. I thought she was overreacting for getting ice cream on her new hoodie.
Mm-hmm.
I was like, you're being a little dramatic, don't you think?
It's just a little ice cream. Calm down.
She's like, it's poop.
Yeah. And let's see, the first day the girls went down there and I said, hey, put on some sunscreen. And they didn't.
I was like, don't get burnt.
And
these girls,
listen, I got burnt
at any
too.
time, at any day, any place, location, you can ask a teenage girl what the UV is and she knows it.
Yeah. They knew.
I didn't
so what's the UV,
I didn't know
going to be down there?
That
it's going to be 7 today.
Growing up.
Yeah.
Of course, I didn't have a phone.
So they get down there, and I was like, I went to the beach when we first get there, and I'm like, hey, y'all need to put on sunscreen. And one of them was like, I never get burnt, and the other one's like, oh, I'll be fine.
I want to be able to tell I've been at the beach. Just a little sun kiss. Just sun kissed.
Yeah. They got so burnt the first day they would not go back to the beach the next 2 days. Would not leave the room the next day. One of them wouldn't even go to dinner with us. And now, to be fair, I also got burnt pretty bad that first day because it fools you. It was like 72 degrees, so it's not super hot, and the breeze was blowing, so you were cool.
It was chilly.
But although I'm fighting through it because I'm at the beach, so I'm going to sit out here. Thankfully, I never took my shirt off. I was wearing just a long sleeve tee, but my legs, they're like a lobster. I was mad at myself, but those girls were in bad shape because they laid out for about 5 hours.
So as soon as
now the girl one put on a little sunscreen, a little.
Yeah, she wasn't too bad. But okay, so we get to the complex and it's like we get there, I don't know, let's say 12. Check-in is at 3. So they're going to send us the code at 3. So we just like, hey, let's get here at 12, use up as much beach time as we can. We take the girls down to the beach. Well, while we're down there, I got a code. for
Yeah,
the door.
It takes the code.
I was like, hey, let's go up here to the room and we'll leave the girls down here and go up to the room. And we went by the car and got some luggage and just kind of, we had been with them for 2 days in the car. It was just
Yeah.
nice to go and not be around them.
For a minute.
So we're up there, get a look at the room. Okay, it's nice. Yeah.
Let's check out the bed. See,
Any hootie,
see what that's like.
5 minutes later, I can hear somebody punch in the door code. And I'm like, it's not the girls. So I'm just standing there at that time. Okay, let me back up a little bit. When we got up to the room, some of the furniture was out of place. And like there was an end table blocking the bathroom door with some towels on it.
Yeah.
It looked like they were cleaning and they didn't quite finish.
Yeah.
Like
Well,
maybe
they were finished, but then it moved the stuff back.
yeah. And so
So I just
maybe
moved it back. I'm like,
we
okay.
were like, oh, we'll fix it. And so we moved the stuff back and I'm like, there, done. So while we were checking the room out,
Yes.
I remember thinking, I wonder if they'll come back. Surely not, since they send us the code.
Well, they say once they send you the code, the room is ready.
Yeah.
So
But in my head, I'm like, what if there was some miscommunication? Because that does happen. And it's not a time of the day that you want someone to walk in on you.
correct.
So anyway, hear the beeping. Oh, he didn't get the code right. He types it in again, opens the door, walks in. I'm standing there in my bathing suit. He goes, ah. I said, I got the code. They said the room was ready. We come on up.
Yeah.
He was like, oh, I was coming to check. I said, yeah, I moved all that stuff back. He goes, so everything's okay? And I was like,
I guess it is.
yeah.
You're standing here.
Yeah. But I'm telling you what, if he would have walked in 3 minutes earlier, it would have been probably a different, more awkward conversation.
I had done left. I was back at the beach by now.
No, you were in the bathroom.
Oh, was I?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I didn't know. But yeah, it was not ideal. And I guess I thought the door automatically locked when you shut it, but it does not. It's not a hotel. So the door was open anyway.
Yeah, but when he
When
didn't
he punched
know,
the code, he locked it.
he locked it.
Right.
And then so he had to punch it in. So that's what I heard him fumbling.
So anyone could have just walked in because the door was unlocked.
So fast forward to the next day, right? So we're sitting in the living room. I like to sit out on the balcony and enjoy some coffee in the morning, but sometimes that wind was a little chilly. And so I would leave the door open, sit in the living room. I look out on the balcony and there's a man.
Just out there.
We're on the 7th floor
Just a guy.
on
on the
a
balcony.
scaffold.
Yeah. They're
Like,
painting.
You know, those ropes yeah.
Yeah.
Y'all know what a scaffolding is.
They do.
He was standing on that and hollering. It was like 8 or 9 in the morning.
Yeah.
He's like, hey, I need some more line over here. And I'm like, good Lord.
Man. I know. He was right in the spot where he could look right into our bedroom window.
And that was another thing. It was at that time. We hadn't gotten up much earlier than that. But what if we were late sleepers?
Right?
What if we like to sleep
Well, I sleep with
in the buff? You know, like that guy could have seen
I
right
know.
in there. I don't know. It was just kind of a weird trip for me. You get on the elevator. It's covered in red tape.
They were doing construction here. So they were doing some renovations. I think that's why we got the room so cheap. They were doing renovations and they were painting. And they were painting the whole building.
We
We
come
went down there one
outside-
day and there was a poncho on our car. They had completely covered it in plastic.
Bagged it up.
Which
Which I was thankful for. Thank
Yeah.
you for not getting paint on it.
Yeah, I watched them paint a little bit when I went down because I was fascinated how you paint something that large. But yeah, they were doing construction, so I get it that stuff's going on. But I don't have time for more. Do you have more stories?
Yeah.
Well, go ahead then, Holly.
We'll make it fast. Y'all know that Blue Angels are down there.
Oh yes.
So they flew by a couple times, but one time,
I didn't realize that they had flown by any other times. They flew by once.
I thought they had went by already.
No, a helicopter flew by. We were just in our room and a helicopter flew by. And it was very loud. It was right up against us. But then I guess I thought that a plane was going to fly into our building.
Okay, so I'm in the bedroom. All the doors are open to the balcony. Josh is in the bedroom too, or living room somewhere. All of a sudden, we hear what said. I promise you, I overreact. I get a little scared, but I thought a plane was going to crash into.
It was crashing nearby us. I didn't know if it was crashing into our building or real
I thought
close.
it was going to hit. Like I grabbed the bed. I covered my ears. It was so loud. I couldn't believe how loud it was. I covered my ears and I was like, "There's nothing we can do."
Even I was concerned. I was
we
like,
were about
"What
to die.
is that? That's bad. Something bad is about to happen." I was a little concerned. And I don't
so
react
loud.
at all.
And so we look out. Josh looks out the door. I had my eyes covered because I thought I was getting ready to meet my maker. And he looks out and sees one of the Blue Angels fly like eye level.
Yeah, it's level with our deck. It's on our floor. We're on the 7th floor.
So he was low.
And he was that high, and he was on the shoreline. I mean, I feel like I could have spit and hit that plane. And there were 7 of them. There was like a group in formation in front of him, then he was trailing. And so I saw the trail plane.
Okay.
And so that's why it was so loud.
Plane.
No, there were 7 planes.
Okay.
And they all came through at about that. The other ones were a touch higher than he was. But
the girls even who had not been out of their room in like
24
hours had come out because they were like, "What was it?" You know, it was scary.
Yeah.
They were like, "That scared us," and I'm like, "Well, it scared me."
I did think at that point that like a plane was
lost
crashing
control
and was crashing right near us.
It was not
hopefully not on us.
Yeah.
And is it bad that I think in my mind I'm thinking, please don't crash on this building, hit the one next to us? Is that bad?
Well, I don't think nobody wants you didn't want it.
No, but then
I
had some
crashes.
guilty conscience. I was a little guilty about that. I was like, I guess I was like, crash into those people over there. Just don't hit my building. I feel bad about it.
So we go out to we realized they were circling, so we could go back. That was out of the balcony. So we were like, let's go out the front door, see if we can see them. And so I took my video camera out to see if they would come back close again. But on the video camera, the girls are like standing in the doorway, and you can hear Josh telling them, "Those are the Blue Angels." He's so excited. The Blue Angels, yeah.
All right. Now that Holly has put us 20 minutes behind schedule, we'll take a break. Usually, we were ready for the top of the hour break. Sometimes 5 minutes after the hour. It is 17 minutes after the hour. And we are ready for the top of the hour break.
That's good because I don't have Church Day Thursday.
We just ate up 2 whole segments right here. Morning show brought to you by Dr. Van Winkle. Let me tell you about a 3-bedroom, 2-bath condo you can stay at where they're not painting or where they won't just randomly show up in your room. You can go to this one. This is not where we stayed this time. We stayed at a different one. I could save you 15% just by being a Thunder Radio listener. Go to thunder1320.com/beach. You got the link. You got the promo code there. It's Thunder15. And you can go ahead and book your room now in Orange Beach, Alabama. All right. We got more morning show. We're going to play games, hopefully. When we come back, we're here until 8:30.
This is XYZ Insurance. How can I help?
I have a question about my home policy.
Okay, question about phone policy.
Home policy.
Shannon said they're probably looking for that terrorist you let in. Yeah, that guy came in the room. It was a little creepy. And once they said the code, it's supposed to be, it's your room then. You got the code, we're done.
I would like to welcome you to a fine auction will be conducted Saturday, March 29th, 10 a.m. 550 Laurel Crown Road, Manchester, Tennessee, located in the state. Folks, this home features approximately 2,900 square feet, all this sitting on approximately 2 acres.
Hey,
You can reach me at 931.
she don't open till 8. Can you run her by here? Him? Can you run?
Saturday, March 29th.
Yeah, can you? Yeah, just grab him and run him by the station. I hope I didn't put you behind or.
Here's what you're missing out on. A dual band Wi-Fi system. That should anything that happens to it, we replace it free of charge. A smartphone app that allows you to change your network password. Pause the internet.
No, I don't.
There's so much more. Plus in-depth device troubleshooting with our local 24/7 customer support center.
Yeah, that'd be fine. Yeah.
Oh, they're just taking calls mid-show. It's very professional.
Tired of long lines and poor service at the bill check?
Well, I mean, if it's 8, you can swing her.
Him. It's a boy.
Okay. I forgot about his collar and leash. He ain't got a collar and leash on. But well, you just have to pick him up.
He'll go with you. But he'll jump out at the place.
But his it's on that table in the foyer in a white bowl, I think. If you need it. You don't have to. She's just gonna take it off. She don't want you to leave it. Yeah. All right. Thank you. All right. Bye.
Welcome back, Holly.
Welcome back. Welcome back.
No, I'm going to go do my own
welcome
personal
back.
things.
Personal things?
Yeah, you were taking a personal call. Now I'm going to do personal things. I'm just going to see if I have any money.
I know the answer.
Probably not.
It's no.
Probably not. Not really. Good Lord, we got some groceries yesterday, huh? Those are expensive. How much eggs did you get?
I actually did not buy any eggs. Groceries are expensive, and eating healthy is expensive. Josh and the girl
Spent quite a bit of money at this surf style.
Surf style?
Surf style? Yeah. What did you buy at the surf style?
Oh, I got the boy one a hat since he didn't get to go with us.
Gotcha.
I didn't spend a lot of money there.
$73.
Surf style?
Surf style. Yeah. Heck of a hat.
73?
Yeah. This is what's concerning. She doesn't even know.
Well, I got a hat, and I got the girl one a shirt.
You bought her a shirt? She got her own money. I didn't even buy her nothing. This is her trip. I'll pay for the trip, but you buying anything you want. And you bought her a shirt?
Yeah, I did. I bought her a shirt.
I can't believe you.
Me either. I'm the worst.
Well, we agreed not to buy her anything, and you bought her something, so.
Oh, well, I guess I'll just gotta be punished.
Yes. No money allowance for you.
You're right.
I'll subtract that money you spent out of your money allowance.
Yeah, okay.
She don't know how the bank account works to get in there and fix it.
Holly is the planner, the brains, and the looks. She just needs Josh to push all the fancy buttons.
The snowflake button makes it cold, cold, cold. Set temperature makes it hold, hold, hold.
This is the morning show with Josh and Holly.
Thunder Radio Morning Show. Glad to have you with us. Brought to you by Dr. James Van Winkle. You ever look at your bank account and just realize your wife spends too much money? Me too. We're going to have a group therapy session. Y'all call in and tell me how you stop it from happening.
Yeah, he's mad because the groceries were expensive, but Buddy likes to eat these builder protein.
You didn't even buy those.
Yes, I did. They are. I'm just like the food that you like to eat is expensive. Healthy food is expensive. Fruits and vegetables.
I'm just going to live on boiled eggs.
I boiled 18 eggs yesterday and peeled them so my family could have an easy, healthy snack.
And I had 2 for breakfast.
And And then he gets on here and he's like, Holly spends too much money.
Well, I just look and she, the girl wanted to go on this trip.
Oh my gosh.
And I was like, well, all
we're
right, fine.
playing games
I'll
here.
pay for the trip, but you got, I'm not buying you anything down there. And Holly was like, yeah, we're not buying you anything down there. She got her own money. She got plenty of her own money. And she's bought her a shirt at the Surf Style.
Oh my God.
Even I didn't buy her anything.
We're okay. We're going to play games here. Nobody cares.
They do care. What are we playing?
Stupid, silly stats.
And now it's time for stupid, silly statistics that you never knew
I don't know where you're getting your statistics.
and probably don't need.
Kim, did you bring your statistics?
Stupid Silly Stat revved up by our friends at the Freedom Automotive Service Center in Manchester. Make sure you are ready to go when it comes to your tires, your wheels, your alignments, custom exhaust, all that can be handled at Freedom Automotive, 515 Hillsborough Boulevard in Manchester. Holly?
All right. Thank you for cutting my mic on. A new study shows Gen Z and millennials are dropping thousands of dollars to do this, even if it means going into debt.
728-1320.
A new study shows Gen Z and millennials are dropping thousands of dollars to do this, even if it means going in debt.
Buying a shirt from the Surf Style.
Jessica says it's her last high school spring break. You're lucky all she bought was a
Morning
shirt.
show.
Buying a camper.
A camper. Holly, is that right?
Nope.
Nope, not right.
Good guess.
I don't have the answer.
Yeah, you do.
Oh.
A new study
You
shows
just sent it.
Gen Z. I don't care. You had it at that time. A new study shows Gen Z and millennials are dropping thousands of dollars to do this, even if it means going in debt. It's not worth going in debt for. Nothing is worth going in debt for. Don't do it.
Even buying 4 radio stations. I don't want to do the show anymore now that you snapped at me. Morning show.
Pickleball.
No.
Good guess. Thousands of dollars invested into pickleball.
No, that's not right. A new study shows that Gen Z and millennials are dropping thousands of dollars to do this, even if it means going into debt. You will not be surprised when you hear the answer based on the past few years of.
I can't. I may have done this in my 20s when I was.
It may have been something I was dumb enough to do.
Irresponsible, but now in my almost 40s,
I don't believe.
Absolutely not.
It's hard for me to believe that millennials are included here. I get Gen Z. We're millennials. Yeah, I don't.
But you know people that are just.
We're the older end of the millennials. A new study shows that Gen Z and millennials are dropping thousands of dollars to do this, even if it means going into debt. 728-1320. What is it? Take your guesses this morning. Morning show.
Gym membership.
Nope. Anybody else besides Matthew want to give it a crack today? No kids playing today, so it may be all you, Matthew. It may just be you. You may be the only person even listening to this show.
What are Gen Zers and millennials
spending thousands of dollars on
and going into debt?
Morning show.
Buying a boat.
Buying a boat. Good guess, but not it. Not buying a boat, but kind of on the right path in terms of a leisure thing. It's more of an activity than a. It's a terrible investment. This is not even an investment. A boat is not an investment either. Really, a boat is anything with engines and wheels. Bad investment.
It loses its value immediately.
But this loses all of its value. Like there's no value to this. 728-1320. This is a disappearing thing. Morning show.
Buying a Corvette.
No, it's not.
Little red Corvette. Jessica says y'all got to cut Matthew off.
It's not. It's not anything with wheels and tires, okay, or motors. It's not that. This is even worse investment than a Corvette, or a boat, or a lawnmower. This is a terrible. This is not an investment at all.
Don't go in debt for this.
This is not an investment. Morning show.
Skydiving lessons.
Skydiving lessons. Good guess, but not it. More on the
Do
right
they-
path
they-
in terms of memories there, I guess. And there's no value to this. D says vacations or taking trips, core memories. That's we did that one year for Christmas. We were like, we're going to do a vacation instead of presents, and I liked that. We took the kids. We flew down and took a cruise with them, like a 6-day cruise. And that was the Christmas trip. I loved it. I got to spend 6 days in the 80-degree heat instead of the cold weather here, and didn't have to buy a bunch of presents and wrap them because I'm always the one wrapping them.
A new study shows Gen Z and millennials are dropping thousands of dollars on this, even if it means going in debt.
Morning show.
Morning show. Partying.
What'd you say?
Partying.
Oh, party.
Partying. Not it. Good guess. I thought he said partying.
I thought he was
Partying.
saying pottery.
Partying.
Party.
Not it, but I mean, this could be considered kind of partying, kind of, sort of. It's the vacation guess of it being an experience is going to be the selling point that they'll tell you that it's worth the thousands of dollars, but I don't agree here. A vacation a lot of times can be cheaper than this, depending on certain situations. Morning show.
Parasailing.
Not parasailing. Morning show.
Facelift.
No, not a
Oh.
facelift.
That would be a good investment, I think. A facelift. I sure could use one.
No, you couldn't.
Yeah, I could. I want to get my eyelids done. Have you seen this? It's all the new rage right now. Is getting your eyelid hood.
I don't know nothing about it. I didn't know that was something you could even do. Morning show.
Video game.
Not a video game. Good
That's
guess.
a good guess.
Good guess, but not a video game. Back to the stat. We still don't have a winner this morning. 728-1320. Let's see. Where did it go? You just sent it to me. A new study shows Gen Z and millennials are dropping thousands of dollars to do this. So it's not an event to do something, even if it means going into debt. Morning show.
Swimming pool.
No, not
Good
swimming pool.
guess. That's a good guess.
It's something you do though. It's not something that's going to stay. It's something. It's for something.
You don't get to keep it.
You don't get to keep it. It's to do this.
It's an activity.
Activity. Morning show.
Is it concerts?
It is concerts. That is the right answer. Well done. What's your name?
Tanya Rogers.
Tanya Rogers.
Tanya.
Yes, thousands of dollars to go watch Taylor Swift or whoever else that they want to go see. Is that something that you have done?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yes. Well done. Have a good one.
Thank you.
Thank you. You spent
Didn't
quite.
sound like Tanya.
It didn't sound like
It
Tanya.
sounded like Jessica masquerading as Tanya. It did not sound like Tanya.
Well, you dropped thousands of dollars on Wallen tickets, didn't you?
It was not thousands of dollars.
It was over 1,000.
Yeah, but there was more than one ticket. Okay.
There was 4 tickets.
Some of these concert tickets are ridiculously expensive. People were spending.
But Josh, I mean, it was Wallen.
Some
Let's
people
be
were spending
honest.
$4,000 and $5,000 on pit tickets.
Okay, so I read this. Do you know?
Tanya, that was ebony. Nice. That is the right answer. It is concert tickets. People are spending thousands of dollars on concert tickets, even if it means going into debt. Listen, if you want to spend thousands of dollars on concert tickets, that is your business, it's your money, and spend it how you want. I cannot imagine going into debt for that, though. Like that $5,000 ticket is going to cost you $16,000 if you pay the minimum on that credit card for the next 20 years. Like that's not a good idea. Dave Ramsey would flip out on you.
Do you know who JoJo Siwa is?
No.
Okay. So JoJo Siwa was big on maybe Dance Moms, like some dance show. You listening to me?
I am. I'm looking up the price of Wallen tickets.
Listen to me. I need you to understand what I'm telling you.
I'm listening.
JoJo Siwa.
What's that?
You punk. She grew up and wanted to become a musical artist somehow. She does concerts. I don't know. I'm not a big JoJo. She had the big bows. Do you remember when all the girls were like buying all the JoJo Siwa accessories?
I don't know
like
that, but I do know. I remember the bows. I didn't know they were JoJo Siwa bows.
Okay, so she's, I don't know, 21ish, maybe 20. She's young, and she's touring right now. She's performing. And the VIP tickets are $900 for VIP JoJo Siwa tickets. And what you get is to come on stage before the show and help put the set together.
Oh, so they're gonna get you to pay them to do the work.
Yeah, but you get to be a part of the experience of the road crew.
I appreciate that.
People are like, excuse me, what?
Are people paying for it? I can appreciate the level of marketing that they've done there. Carol Baskin did the same thing. You know, she got people come in for free and do all of her work.
Tend her animals just so they can
and then
say
she makes the money.
That they tend the animals, and her organization reap the profit from that.
Chair about tipped over. Morgan Wallen average ticket price last year. Oh no, I'm sorry. The 2025 ticket prices. I'm the Problem tour, which is not coming to Nashville, and it's very disappointing. Some tickets start as low as $161. So $161 is the cheapest you're going to go.
You're going to be in the nosebleed.
If you wait to the last minute, though, you can get tickets cheaper. Way cheaper. The average price is $250. Tickets going as high right now as $916 for Wallen. Now let's do Taylor Swift. Speaking of, and we've not done the granddads, so if we'll do it before we leave this segment. So the average price of Taylor Swift Eras Tour ticket, the average price was $204 through resale, or though resale prices soared. Some tickets costing $3,000, which I saw some people paying $15,000 to sit on the floor. And
that's a different tax bracket, ain't it?
My car didn't cost that. I'm sorry. I'm just not going to pay that to go watch anybody perform. I don't care what the experience was.
Do you think Wallen didn't come back to Nashville after they give him
after they wouldn't let him have a sign?
Give him a hard time about that sign.
I'll show them.
Yeah. Because his mama had made a post about how much revenue that his
three sold out. 3 weeks, 3 nights of sold out.
Yeah, 3
concerts. So the when we bought our tickets for Wallen last year, it was a Christmas present for me,
for Josh,
and the girl won. Okay, so we get these tickets, and I don't want to tell you how much I spent on them because I feel bad about it, but it's too much. They weren't floor seats, but they weren't nosebleeds. I was kind of in the second level there in Nissan Stadium, which was good because it has air conditioning there and it was hot. But anyway, those same tickets the day of the concert were going for half price.
Oh.
So I was like, and then when he went to Knoxville, I really wanted to go up and watch him at Neyland.
Yeah.
We just couldn't really make that work. One of those concerts was a Friday night. We had high school football, so I certainly couldn't go. The other was a Sunday, and I was like, I don't know if I want to do this.
Yeah.
You know, if we went, I wanted to go and then come back home. I didn't want to stay at a hotel. And,
I don't want.
Holly's not going to ride in the car that late.
No.
But anyway, those tickets were expensive. But I looked day of, you could get upper deck at Neyland for $60. You know, so if you wait, like those tickets were going for $200. You know, $180 to $200 during the pre-sale. But the very end, people who couldn't go are reselling them through StubHub or through it's not StubHub that I was using, whatever. But they were certified resale, and you could get them cheaper. Jessica says the problem is aftermarket. If you buy them in the actual sales, it's usually not too crazy. That's what I thought too. But when I waited to the very end, the resale market is high early, but at the very end, the resale market is not that bad because people are trying to unload the tickets. And there's always some deals, it seems like. But I think people get FOMO, and they're like, I have to have the ticket now just in case there's no tickets later.
Yeah.
I was the same way with the Wallen tickets. I was afraid we wouldn't get them because I got a pre-sale code, and not everybody got one. We had friends trying to get that code, and not everybody got it. I'm like, well, I've got to buy these tickets.
Even though you had to wait in line.
Had to wait in line, and you weren't guaranteed the seats. And I was like, well, I've got to buy these tickets.
Yeah.
They got me. And I'm one who doesn't get got. I'm like, no, that's a sales tactic.
Wallen will get him.
You know, I saw a thing the other day, and it was like, if something is $1,000 and it's on sale for $750, you didn't save $250. You spent $750. And That's my thought process, but I got right there.
Yep.
Never again. How much tell everybody what's happening at Granddad's?
All right. Today is Thursday, so you can go by Granddad's and get fried chicken, barbecue chicken, or country fried steak. They've got turnip greens, mashed potatoes, macaroni and cheese, baked beans. Go through their lunch line, 620 Woodbury Highway. Visit Granddad's today.
Shannon says, we went mattress shopping yesterday. $9,000 for a mattress.
That's what you buy. That's
Ain't
how
no
much
way.
you pay for a car. A mattress?
I'm not paying that.
Golly.
Again, this is one of the new things where it's like they sell you. They're like, you have to have a good night's sleep.
If I
sleep
spend
number bed.
$9,000 on a mattress, it better have $700 or $8,000 in the. In the mattress.
Yeah. There you go.
I gotta go to the bathroom so bad. I've been waiting on you to take a break. I can't even think right.
Well, the news break that we normally take at 7:15 is we're taking it at 7:40. So our time off is really she's just going. Our time off is really messed with our timing. Morning show continues when we come back.
Update from the WMSR Thunder Radio News Center.
All right, y'all. Sorry, our timing is way off today. Not even close. Let's see. I gotta do weather when we come back. We do weather and Common John. I ain't spending that on a mattress. The purple mattress. I've heard good reviews on the purple mattress. Jessica, that's a good plan. Lower level seats on the way to the Titans game. What's the point of having the PSLs though? Why don't you just go buy the lower level seats, and just not pay the money for the PSLs? I heard they're going to want a lot of money for the PSLs at the new stadium. The lower capacity is going to drive prices to the roof, even if they suck. All the perks. I don't know what perks you get with PSLs. You got fifth row PSLs in the new stadium? Jessica, remember that time I gave you Country Music Hall of Fame tickets for your auction or something? Maybe I get some of those. Same. One day I would like to have enough money to get PSLs or season tickets.
What's a PSL?
You buy PSLs to have the rights to then buy season tickets. It's part of the racket.
You have a wait, what does PSL stand for?
Preserved seating license, I think.
So if you have a PSL, that doesn't mean you have.
If I remember right, you have the right to buy the tickets.
Okay. Does
first.
the PSL cost something?
Yeah, they're incredibly expensive. Let me tell you. The internet will tell me. For the new Nissan Stadium, Tennessee Titans PSL personal seat licenses will range from $750 to $75,000, with about 40% priced below $3,500.
Jessica says they won a contest, only paid $3,100 for fifth row seats.
That's for the license, right? That doesn't include the actual tickets. Explain this to me. You have the right to buy all tickets to any event early at the stadium. So you don't have the seats. You pay $3,500 or $3,100, and then you can buy the tickets for that seat. And well, I'll just buy them on the market. I don't know. Now, look, we get these radio stations making a little money. Maybe we'll get some company tickets. It's a write-off. $75,000 gets you a field pass every game. Different bracket. Jacob was filling us in there. You got to buy the tickets. Because Jessica was saying that their PSLs now are in the 300s, so the upper level. But on the way to the game, she gets online and buys lower level seats. I'm like, why do you keep the PSLs? Just dump them. And she said there's perks.
Oh.
You pay that one time forever, right? So if the stadium's there for 20 years, then
You don't have to rebuy the PSL every year.
no, you have to rebuy the tickets.
The tickets.
We used to get media passes. I probably can get them again. They're pretty cool. I got to sit in the press box for some really cool games before. I was in there to watch them piss away a 13-3 season against the Ravens. When Kerry Collins was quarterback, was there for that.
How do you remember that?
I've sat next to some cool people up there. I know we used to go, and I got to see who hit that 63-yard field goal. Was it Veronis to beat the Colts that one time? And Peyton Manning. I was there for that. It's kind of neat. But I got to sit in the press box for some good games. It's nice. Their press box is on the lower level. I got to meet Mike Keith up there before. I was in the urinal next to Frank Wycheck once. That was pretty neat. He said, hey. I said, hey back.
So what you're saying is you're big buddies with Wycheck.
Well, he's passed away now, but I was.
I knew I was going to say something dumb like that. I said that to one of my friends one time. He was like, we were burning each other. And I'm like, yeah, well, your mother. And he's like, Holly, my mom's dead. And I was like, yeah, I'm very sorry for what I said.
I take that back.
Jessica likes to be on the field.
I can't get photo passes, but probably not get photo passes. But if you get press passes, you can go down on the field for like the last 5 minutes of the game or something. It's pretty neat. Why don't you go down there and watch that crap team? They suck. She wasn't going to some of them games at the end of the year, was she?
She's not a fair weather fan.
They suck so bad, and they're going to suck. They're about to piss. So they're going to screw this first round pickup.
Thunder Radio Morning Show. Our first day back from spring break, our spring break, and we are all kind of out of sorts. Our timing is nowhere close to right. I don't even know. I think we're supposed to play Game Year, right? Is that what we're doing? Is it Name That movie, which normally should have been done 15 minutes ago. So
it's all right. We'll do it.
What's a different group of people listening today? So how about that? Before we play Name That Movie, though, how about I tell you about our friends at Common John Brewing Company at 210 Woodbury Highway. They are open, perfect place to hang out for spring break. This nice weather, as it warms up, sit outside, have your beverage, do a little workout there maybe, have a meeting, or just go enjoy yourself. 210 Woodbury Highway, online at commonjohnbc.com. I recommend the pizza, and they got some pretty good new IPAs up there. Try that. Holly, go.
All right, we're going to play Name That Movie. Josh has got 3 little snippets from a movie. Once you have figured it out, call us 728-1320 for a chance to win a T-shirt.
I like it that you got my sign language there. Thunder Radio swag. Name this movie.
You are indeed brave tonight, but the fight is mine. You are indeed brave tonight, but the fight is mine.
Can you name that movie? I don't even know. I don't know if Josh has ever seen this movie, but I know in my heart that he's never seen this movie. Have you?
Yeah, I saw it once.
No, you're lying.
I saw
you're
it one
a
time.
liar.
Yeah, I saw it once.
I seek the finest and the bravest knights in the land to join me in my court at Camelot.
Okay. Do you know what it is yet?
728-1320. If you can guess it. Jessica said, you must be going to the Rotten Tomatoes to get these.
I don't care what you say, Jessica. This is a cult classic funny movie. And I've said too much.
It is not Joe the Volcano. No. This is probably, I think it's Joe versus the Volcano. That's awful. Let's play that one more time.
I seek the finest and the bravest knights in the land to join me in my court at Camelot.
728-1320. Can you give me the name of that movie? And if you can, I'm going to get you a Thunder Radio t-shirt. And you're going to have bragging rights for the day, which is also very important.
James guessed Three Musketeers.
I love when you do that little sound right there. I'm going to I'm gonna clip that out, and that's gonna be a sound effect for everyone to use when she gets to going too fast. Do it. No, do it. That's my favorite. Yeah, that. Morning show.
Morning. Monty Python and the Holy Grail.
Wow, nailed it. What's your name?
Shannon.
Well,
Good job,
done,
Shannon.
Shannon. It is Monty Python. Good job, buddy. I appreciate you playing.
Yeah.
Have you seen it?
All right. Yeah, I have that movie.
You like it? It's good, right?
Yeah.
That's what I thought.
Jessica doesn't think so. All right, Shannon, have a good one.
Play that last clip.
I've had worse. You liar. Come on, you pansy.
'Tis a scratch. The Black Knight, I know you don't know, but the king comes along and there's the Black Knight and he's looking for knights, but the knight wants to fight him and he cuts his arm off. And the Black Knight's like, come on. He's like, you're missing an arm. And then so he cuts that arm off. He's like, 'tis a scratch.
I'm going to step away while Holly reenacts the entire movie for
And
you
then
guys.
cuts both his legs off and he's just a torso. But he's still feisty. He's like, come on, I'll take you. It's a cute movie.
She is going to do the whole movie tomorrow for the morning show. Tune in at 6:30 tomorrow, and Holly will reenact the entire Monty Python movie for you. With costume.
I dated a guy in high school, and
Well, congratulations. Marry him then.
He liked movies like this, so I watched them with him, like this one and Clockwork Orange, things I would never have watched.
Jessica says it's a crap movie.
It's not crap.
It's absolute garbage, and I agree.
It's funny.
And I've clipped out that sound that Holly makes now.
Yeah, basically the same sound.
Yeah. You got anything else here?
Mm-mm.
Birthdays when we come back. Quick weather update for everybody. Right now, it's warmed up a little. It was chilly to start, but we're at 45 degrees already, marching towards 73. Sunny skies today, light winds, which is nice. Overnight tonight, mid-50s. And then Friday, 76 degrees, partly sunny, and light winds tomorrow as well. At least early in the day, they'll start picking up later on, 20-mile-an-hour gust, 60 Friday night. And then we kind of get into a wet weather pattern by Saturday. 76 for your high on Saturday, a 30% chance of rain in the afternoon, 70% chance of showers overnight Saturday. We maintain a 40% chance of showers and storms on Sunday with a high of 76, and then a 90% chance of showers and storms overnight Sunday into Monday morning with a low of 57, Monday 67, and a chance of severe weather Sunday night into Monday morning. We'll keep our eye on that. The National Weather Service has identified us as a slight risk for severe weather, so we will keep an eye on that Sunday night. Weather forecast brought to you by the Hillsboro Food Company. Serving up breakfast and lunch 6 to 6 Monday through Friday and 8 to 4 on Sunday. And they got a grocery side as well. Stop on in and see them at the Hillsboro Food Company, locally owned and operated in Hillsboro. Just good old fashioned Southern cooking on the cafe side. And then over on the left side, the grocery side, fresh cut meats every day, produce, your assorted groceries. Y'all get on over there and see them. Follow them on Facebook, Hillsboro Food Company.
At Coffee County Bank, we believe in better. For nearly 50 years, we've bet it all on better. Since 1975, we've helped countless Coffee County families build better homes, buy better cars, and bring better ideas and business.
Got a bit of a headache.
Birthdays, then you get to leave early.
Yeah.
Birthdays, and then we're going to wrap up the show early today because Holly's got to go to a career fair in Tullahoma.
Mama saved the day. She got she's taking Pup to Puppy Paws.
Good, Laura.
I told her just to leave Biggie out, but she said when he come back in the house, he went and laid back down. And I said, well, it's usually his nap time. I didn't feed them lunch yesterday.
Oh, wow.
They never
Never
asked.
asked. Maybe Cole hadn't been feeding them lunch while we were gone. They've gotten accustomed to it now. They ate breakfast this morning.
Shannon eggs the bar.
Well, anybody got birthdays? I'm a little light on the birthday list today, just 2.
There's Joe, Mary Jo.
Castle?
Yeah. Look at me. I just know the athletes' birthdays.
Yeah, got it. Oh, goodness. I'll stick around for swap and shop. Maybe I should play that best of clip of you and that eagle. It's an eagle. No, stop. Stop talking. Turn it off. It's my favorite. Play some of the best hits of the 80s from Day 3.
We watched a good documentary yesterday.
It was decent.
Wait, I'm thinking of something else. What's the basket? Oh, never mind. It wasn't a documentary.
Golly.
It wasn't a documentary. It was that movie Hustle with Adam
We'd already
Sandler.
seen it.
And we had already seen it. So we rewatched a good movie yesterday.
And it's all right.
It's cute.
It's all right. Birthday time on the Thunder Radio morning show. We like to celebrate birthdays here. And you can call yours in live on the air and do some shout outs to your friends, your neighbors, your husbands, your wives, your friends, your cousins. 728-1320. At the end of the day, we draw for a winner of a slice of birthday pie from the Mercantile Cafe Bakery and Gift Shop. Yesterday's winner was Gilbert Johnson, and the day before that it was Carrington Sainer, and the day before that it was Dirk Johnson. And we would love to add your birthdays, and you get a chance to win that pie every afternoon at 4:30 when Tiffany draws. This afternoon she will not draw live because we have the Braves on the air, but we will have the winner anyway. At the end of the week, we draw for a cake from the Food Lion, and we also draw for a designer's choice floral arrangement that comes from the Mossy Pot, and that goes to someone in our anniversary pool. So send those submissions in. Holly, drum roll, please. I got a few birthdays for this March the 27th. Ronnie Holland is 75 today. Mary Jo Castle has a birthday, and Mackenzie Marion has a birthday today. Happy birthday to all those people. All right, Holly, what about you on the celebrity side?
Yeah, I have a celebrity birthday. I'm going to try. You got to try and guess who it is based on my hints.
Okay. I thought you were going to do impersonations.
Okay, I'll do an impersonation. All I want for Christmas is you.
Oh, it's what's her face? Gotcha.
What's her
Mariah
name?
Carey.
Yeah, Mariah Carey turns 56 today.
Morning show.
You like to put me in the birthday. Is that all right?
100% all right. Let's do it.
Her name is Alive Griffey, and it was this past Sunday.
All right. It was this past Sunday. All right. Let's turn the page, and we'll turn it in. Aliyah Griffey, you said?
Griffey, R-I-P-P-Y.
Oh, Rippy. Gotcha. Rippy. All right. Got it down.
Okay, thank you. Have a good day.
You too.
You too. Gene, he calls in them birthdays, but he knows most birthdays in town, I think.
Thank you,
actually. Morning show.
Hey, I got a birthday for today.
For today, go ahead.
James Fincham.
James Fincham.
Yes, sir.
All right, got it.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. All right, added and done. Any other birthdays can call in anytime. 728-1320. Holly has got to go to career fair in Tullahoma, so she's going to depart us for the last 30 minutes of the show, correct?
Yes.
So tomorrow we'll have good stories of what lies Holly told the high school kids about the radio industry.
I hope they ask a lot of questions about the inner workings.
Yeah, technical questions. If you know anybody who's a Tullahoma High School student, you have them ask her technical questions about radio, even business questions in general.
Can't they see I'm in a blazer? Is that not enough?
Yeah, you just ask her any kind of questions like that. Radio crew, folks listening on the radio, we got music for the next 30 minutes to finish up the morning show. I'm going to stick around and tell you what's happening in the Mercantile a little bit. The camera side, we're turning that off, and we'll be back tomorrow 6:30 till 8:30. Top of the hour news. See y'all. Like I said, I just swapped it back to the right camera, so the right microphone. So that segment probably sounded a little wonky. See y'all.